President Bush or whether it's FDR after the attack on Pearl Harbor. We're blessed in our government to have had great leaders rise to the occasion at the time we needed them most.
Absolutely. Brad, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Our next guest says the only Democrat who could be good for the market is Mike Bloomberg. With us now, George C., Annandale Capital Chairman. George, make your case there, buddy.
Well, it's an interesting fork in the road we have right now for the Democrats because Bernie is surging like crazy, and people are now looking to Bloomberg as the savior to a more moderate, rational candidate on the left. But I'm almost wondering if it's a canard because Bloomberg is very, very liberal on social issues and on climate change. And I wonder if all the people who back Bernie are going to stay home if he's the nominee. So I'm not sure he's quite as strong as he looks. But on the economy, he would be by far the best candidate. He gets markets. He's pro-markets. He's pro-Wall Street. He's pro-business. That would be good for the country. So on the Democratic side, I'd rather see him.
Although he is running as a Democrat, all the Democrats have been pulled further to the left. He's already put out one spending plan that would be multi-trillion dollars. He wants minimum wage hikes, and I would suspect that he would, while he understands markets, that he would not govern like a businessman in the markets. And I think that's the rub there. Maybe he knows what markets want and need, but he's not running for the stock market vote right now.
It'd be a little bit of both. He's the best house in a terrible neighborhood. I mean, that's the way you look at it. We'd obviously be a lot better off for the economy in the country from a business standpoint if Trump gets reelected. But if you have to pick your poison, he's the least deadly poison on the other side.
What do you make of that there's such a lack of appreciation for what markets do? You know, almost every Democrat candidate has regurgitated the same thing, that the stock market, most Americans don't own stocks when in fact most Americans do, that the most Americans aren't impacted by a strong stock market, not realizing the correlation between the markets and the economy. But they put down the stock market. They almost make it a bad thing when it does well.
Well, there's a tremendous level of ignorance and anger out there, and we saw that at Bernie's rally in Nevada with all the hijinks with the ladies taking control of that for a while till they could get them off the stage. The left has become pretty unhinged, and they don't really care about the general prosperity of American business and the American people. What they want is to redistribute wealth to people who don't have it for no good reason, and that's what they're focused on. That and social change for all their pet causes, which would seem to change on a very regular basis. So it's a bit of a scary time in America in terms of all our traditional values and priorities being cast aside by the left or attempted to be cast aside.
Yeah, redistribution suggests to me that they don't believe people can do it on their own, which should insult those folks out there who don't want to just make minimum wage. George, hold on for a second, because concerns about